I don't know what you want to try. Every time you see, do you remember when we fell in love? We were young and innocent then. Do you remember how we all began? It just seemed like heaven, so why did it? And do you remember that in the fall? Get going and rolling on. Do you remember us holding hands? It's all that I can stand. Yeah, yeah. Do you remember the time when we fell in love? Do you remember the time when we first met, girl? Remember the time when we fell in love? Do you remember the time? Do you remember how we used to talk? It won't since stay on the phone at night till dawn. Do you remember what things he said? Like, I love you, so I never let you go. Do you remember? It's in the spring. Going to zone it, girls could sing. Do you remember the special time? Gets on and on in the back of my mind. Do you remember the time when we fell in love? Do you remember the time when we first met? Girl, remember the time? Oh, why? Do you remember the time? Those sweet memories, they're always dear to me. And girl, no matter what we said, I will never, ever regret. No, baby, remember the time when we fell in love. Do you remember the time we first met, girl? Remember the time when we fell in love? Do you remember the time? Remember, oh baby, remember the time when we fell in love? Do you remember the time? Girl, do you remember the time when we fell in love? Do you remember the time? Remember, baby? Ooh. Remember the time? Do you remember, girl? On the phone, you and me, till dawn, till 3, one of us, girl. Do you doing it on the phone, on the beat, a dream, the sea? What about blah da 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 blah da da da?